There's a specific, exhausting distance parents feel when their child suddenly tries to shut out the world, and you simply cannot reach them. From the outside, the situation looks like a severe tantrum. The child pulls away, cries inconsolably, and acts out in frustration, while you stand by, helpless to stop the escalation. It's a moment that often triggers deep parental anxiety. You find yourself wondering if they are intentionally ignoring the rules, or if you fundamentally misunderstood how to raise them. Judging these intense reactions purely as bad behavior creates a wall. When we mistake a child's internal distress for simple defiance, the cycle of misunderstanding becomes impossible to break. Shifting this dynamic requires looking past the outward reaction to see through the child's eyes. Imagine a brain that cannot filter out background noise. The hum of a fluorescent bulb, a distant conversation, and a scraping chair all arrive with equal intensity, compounding into an inescapable wave of data. Even a gentle, well-intentioned hand on the shoulder can misfire in this state. The nervous system may process that physical touch as a sharp, painful, or intrusive shock. This is the biological reality of sensory overload. It is a total system failure, a distress signal sent from a nervous system that has been pushed past its limit. Approaching the child as a protector rather than a disciplinarian provides the safety they need to begin regulating their senses again. Autism spectrum disorder is a neurodevelopmental condition, meaning it is rooted in the physical architecture of the brain. An autistic brain possesses a dense, non-standard network of connections, routing information through unique pathways to experience the world differently. These pathways emerge before birth, formed by a complex interaction between genetic code and environmental factors. Research has ruled out long-standing myths regarding these origins. Autism is not caused by vaccines, and it is unrelated to a mother or father's parenting style. Understanding ASD as a biological reality removes the burden of parental blame. It allows the focus to shift toward creating an environment where the child's specific wiring can actually function. Because an autistic brain handles sensory data uniquely, the child's methods of communication and interaction follow their own internal logic. Direct eye contact, for example, can be physically overwhelming. For many autistic people, looking someone in the eyes feels like an intense, uncomfortable sensory input that makes it harder to listen. Translating a storm of internal feelings into spoken words is also a massive cognitive task. It requires a level of processing that can be impossible to maintain during moments of high stress. This is why repetitive behaviors, like spinning the wheels of a car, flapping hands, or echoing phrases, are so vital. These rhythmic actions function as self-soothing tools. They help the child regain control, block out a chaotic environment, and stay present in the room. A child who appears to be ignoring you is often working desperately to regulate their own nervous system, just so they can tolerate the space they are in. Building a connection starts with prioritizing that relationship over the need to correct every unusual behavior. Often, the most effective strategy is to meet the child on their terms. This might involve sitting down beside them and joining in their repetitive play, mirroring their actions to show you are present in their world. Clear, direct communication also helps lower the child's cognitive load. Reducing the complexity of your instructions prevents the processing bottlenecks that often lead to total overwhelm. You can further support them by modifying the physical environment. Establishing highly predictable routines and quiet, safe spaces creates a baseline of security that allows the child to feel in control. These adjustments form a bridge. By changing your approach and the environment, you make the outside world navigable for the child, allowing them to step toward you. Construction of this bridge is a long-term process that rarely happens alone. Pediatricians, early intervention specialists, and therapists provide the professional framework required to support a child's specific developmental needs. Within that framework, progress is measured in small, incremental wins. A shared moment of play or a successfully communicated need represents a massive cognitive achievement for an autistic child. Reaching this stage requires an emotional pivot. It means letting go of the standard parenting milestones and accepting the reality of the child's unique journey. Acceptance is the foundation of the relationship. It starts with the realization that your child is navigating life with a different set of biological rules than everyone else. This dedicated work of adapting and listening slowly changes the home from a place of conflict to one of shared understanding. Over time, these small bridges of communication reveal a child who is finally able to engage with the world on their own terms.